Okay, chapter 14 is from Tori's perspective. We're going to just jump right in. The scenery is totally breathtaking. I thought Serenity was beautiful, but the ride out of Jackson Hole starts out gorgeous and only gets more dramatic and impressive the farther we drive into the Rockies. Not that this is a sightseeing trip, and just in case I forget that, there's Malik. If you show me one more mountain, Tori, you're going out the window, he warns darkly. Shut up, Malik. Amber jumps to her defense. We're stuck in this car for a long time. We might as well see something. It isn't going to make it any easier to sneak into Serenity if we're miserable for 14 hours. 14 hours, moans Malik, fidgeting in the passenger seat. Eli has taken over the wheel. Our whole lives we were stuck in a town the size of a postage stamp, I add. One of the reasons we got out was to experience the world. This is it. Not too much going on, Malik observes. It isn't exactly New York City. Are you kidding me? I exclaim. That lake is as glassy as a mirror. Look at those wildflowers. Can you believe the colors? Malik buries his face in the side of the headrest. You sure got all the chip out of my... You sure you got all that chip out of my skull, Alaska? I think I'm going to throw up. We monitored that Jackson Hole news channel until we lost the station a couple hours back. No talk about police on the trail of a missing Bentley and runaway kids. Obviously, that doesn't mean it might not be happening. But it's starting to look like Tamara Dunleavy is loaning us her car on top of the money she donated to our cause. That doesn't excuse what she did, but just the thought that someone's trying to help us makes me feel a teeny bit less alone. The roads are busier than Old County 6, which goes through Serenity, but compared to the traffic in and around Denver, it's pretty deserted out here. That's a good thing. Every time another car goes by, we sit taller in our seats in an attempt to appear older. We don't have to look like adults, we just have to pass for 16 plus. Luckily, people mind their own business, which is the total opposite of Serenity, where any newcomer instantly draws all eyes. Nobody thinks it's a big deal that we're in a $250,000 Bentley, or maybe they don't notice cars. I'm sorry, guys, I just had to share what I'm thinking, because I would be so scared that I would be getting pulled over by the police if I was driving without a license and like all these things that they've done previously. Like, they have to be so scared to be driving. I feel like that's so dangerous. But I guess they don't really have a choice, do they? The first city we could come to is called Rock Springs, Wyoming. A week ago, it would have seemed huge to us, but now we can tell that it's smaller than Pueblo and would fit inside a tiny corner of Denver. We're starving by this point, so we stop at McDonald's, that restaurant with a big yellow M. It's actually kind of exciting. We've all heard about it, but none of us have ever eaten at one. This is the greatest food I've ever tasted, Malik declares. Amber glares at him. They fry everything but the drinks. You can feel the grease in the air oozing in through your skin pores. Which is awesome, Malik finishes. He turns to Eli and me. I'm going to get some more chow. I'm astounded. You had 3 Big Macs. You can't still be hungry. Yeah, but I want to try one of those Happy Meals. You get this cool SpongeBob toy. Amber manages to shame him out of the Happy Meal, but he won't leave until he tries the play place with the little kids. It goes okay until he gets wedged in the tunnel slide and we have to pry him free. By then, the manager is giving us dirty looks, which doesn't fit the low profile we're hoping to keep. Even Malik agrees it's a good time to move on. When we come out of the parking lot, there are half a dozen teenagers draped over the Bentley. They peer beyond us, looking for the parent who's driving. The leader seems to be the guy who stretched out across the hood for all the world, like he's lying on a feather bed. He spots the keys in Eli's hand. Hey kid, where's your mommy? Malik frowns. Where's yours? Amber steps forward. When you disrespect people's property, you're really disrespecting yourself. It's a classic Serenity line, something we've been hearing our entire lives. Considering Amber's the angriest of all of us at her parents, it's amazing how quick she is to repeat some of the stuff they taught us. The teenagers just laugh. The leader stands up on the hood and plants a muddy construction boot on the windshield, leaving an imprint of the sole. Who am I disrespecting now? It's kind of a scary moment, and the scariest part is it's impossible to tell what these kids want. They don't seem to be criminals like we saw around the Denver bus station. And if they wanted to steal the Bentley, why would they wait around for us to come back? Get off our car, Amber says firmly. Who's going to make us rich, girl? You? Or are you going to call your rich daddy to come hit us with his big fat wallet? Amber reaches out, grabs the leader's legs just above the boot, and gives a mighty yank. He comes flying off the hood and lands in a heap on the pavement of the parking lot. Hey! Another teen lunges forward and grasps a handful of Amber's sleeve. He never gets to a second syllable. Malik's fist shoots out like a battering ram. Let's do that again. Malik's fist shoots out like a battering ram, catching the kid full in the nose. They're all off the car now, closing on Malik. I snatch up a wire mesh trash can and drop it over the shortest one, covering him in the garbage and pinning his arms. Malik has planted his feet and is standing his ground, raining punches on all comers. His accuracy is astonishing. He never seems to miss. Nothing we learned in Serenity could prepare us for a confrontation like this. It's awful, violent, ugly, but I cannot look away. The car starts up, pulling me back to reality. Eli's behind the wheel. He's got the right idea, of course. Our best move is to end this and get away from here. We want to learn about the outside world, but this is enough of a lesson for one day. Actually, it looks like we've learned too much already, especially Malik. The teenagers finally back off and we pile into the car. One of them throws a bottle at us as we peel out of the parking lot. It hits the pavement behind the Bentley and shatters. "You're lucky I get bored easy," Malik shouts back out of his window. "Everybody okay?" Eli manages in a shaky voice. "Never better," chuckles Malik, sucking on a skin knuckle. He seems to have found out something about himself that he never knew before. Maybe we all have. "Your hand's bleeding," I inform him. "Still worth it," Malik decides. "I never felt so alive. I can't believe that was my first fight. Just my luck to grow up in the one place where it never happens. It's like 13 years wasted." I sigh. "Well, you made up for lost time. We haven't been back on the road very long." Oh no. We haven't been back on the road very long when the all too familiar wail of a police siren reaches us. Eli peers into the rearview mirror. Uh-oh. I turn to gaze out the back window. A squad car is following us, gaining fast. Sudden panic. "Do you think those teenagers called the cops on us?" "On us," Amber echoes. "All we did was stick up for ourselves. We should call the cops about them." Except the only thing that they'll have to explain is why they're jerks. Why am I the only one who can see to plan a few moves ahead? We'll have to explain that what we're doing with Tamara Dunleavy's Bentley. It's as if all the air's been sucked out of the car. We hold our breath as the cop closes the gap. Flashers whirling. It's stunning how things can change in a heartbeat in the strange world outside Serenity. If this police officer pulls us over, he's going to get a lot more than parking lot brawlers. He'll get a car that we can't possibly own, driven by kids too young to be driving, and when our descriptions reach the Denver police, "Turn around," Eli says. "Don't let the cops see us looking at him." It's good advice, but it's also agony to listen to the siren getting louder. Eli's checking the mirror every couple of seconds now. I can see a vein pulsing in his neck. The black and white must be right on our back bumper. "We can outrun him," Malik says to Eli. "No way a cop car can keep up with a Bentley if we go flat out. But a cop can radio other cops, I argue. We could end up with the whole police force after us." "I'll take my chances with that over getting arrested right now," Malik counters. A blurt from the siren makes us jump. The flashers light up the Bentley. The officer pulls right beside us. "Go," Malik urges, but Eli maintains her speed. Maybe he's frozen that way. I know I am. The squad car swerves ahead of us, accelerates, and stops an SUV about a quarter mile up. When we whiz by a few seconds later, the uniformed cop is writing the driver a ticket. Give Eli all the credit. The speedometer needle doesn't budge. That's cool under fire. We start breathing again. Oh, that had me nervous. Whew. Okay. That was the end of that chapter. All right, guys. So they are heading back to Serenity, getting in fights at McDonald's, these kids. All right, so hopefully maybe the next chapter they'll be back at Serenity. We'll see what happens. All right, guys.